Hello everyone, it is Andrew from MAO Magic, and I am here with something new for everyone. It is the August Smart Lock, and I know a while ago we did the Lockitron Smart Lock, and several more have been coming to market, and this has been one of the very high profile ones, so I thought I would break it down for you and see how this holds up to everything else that has been coming out recently. So, there's not a lot to it. There's definitely a lot less stuff in here than there are in stuff like the Lockitron, which obviously does not matter, but basically you get the installation guide, some terms and conditions, install video link, and the getting started guide, as well as that piece of tape, which we're going to get into in a minute. So let's actually go ahead and check out what else we have in here. We have some accessories here on the top, or not accessories, adapters, which are going to depend on your lock type, as well as these plates. And inside the book, there's going to be on page 15, assuming there's no reprints or something, but just tells you based on what lock you have, what plate to use and what adapter to use. So that's all there is to it as far as picking and choosing. It's pretty easy. I don't like kind of having to keep all those extra pieces though, so I know I'm going to have to save them for in case I ever move and have to get another piece, which to me is kind of a pain. So let's go ahead and check out the lock itself. Now, if you don't know, this is designed by Yves Baer, who also is the famed designer who designed stuff like the Jawbone Up and the Up 24, and it looks really good. I mean, obviously this whole outside is kind of aluminum, the brushed aluminum look, and there are different colors. There is a red one, there's a few darker ones, so you can kind of get it to match whatever interior you're going with. But I was kind of surprised how big it was. I don't know why I was surprised, because the Lockitron was massive, but I was kind of surprised by how big this was. This simply comes off by putting your palm on there, twisting counterclockwise to remove it, and you can get to the batteries, and the same thing in reverse to put it back on. We can go ahead and turn it over, and you can see some of how it's going to actually connect to your door. You can have the model in the middle there where the adapter is going to go. Top, you're going to have your serial number. Now, I was blown away by how clean this looked and how simple it looked compared to the Lockitron, which when you open it up, you literally see a giant wheel and some other nonsense. You will need a Phillips screwdriver for this, well, most likely Phillips, because it's going to depend on your actual lock itself. So we are going to go through the installation process here, just so you can see how it actually is to install and not based on their videos. You're basically going to need the 3 adapters, the 3 plates, a screwdriver, and the lock itself, as well as this piece of tape. But screw this piece of tape, it is horrible, do not use it. It's supposed to hold the other side of the lock in place, but it doesn't work. It's definitely not adhesive enough. And so far, August, it says they're looking into replacing it with a stickier tape, but just grab some good old duct tape or gaffer's tape and just hold that thing in place. Make sure you do press it down on the keyhole as well, because you want to make sure nothing is twisting, turning, or popping as we're trying to do this installation. So go ahead and put some duct tape on there instead of that blue crap they gave you, and let's get to the actual juicy parts of this installation. Now, at first it seems a bit daunting, but it's actually fairly easy once you know what you're doing. So first we're going to go ahead and put the lock in that kind of middle position so I can get to both screws. We're going to go ahead and remove those. Do not, however, remove the actual lock yet. You want to make sure when you have that lock still on that you go ahead and unlock the door completely. Once it's completely unlocked, then remove that door handle or that knob itself. Now on the side of the door you can actually see what type of lock you have. So mine's a quick set, which means I'm going to need the green adapter and the number 3 plate. It's pretty easy, and if it's not in there, they can still help you learn which one it is through installation videos they have hosted on Vimeo. So once you have your plate selected, you're going to put that bump facing you, the one in the middle, just like I have here. You're then going to go ahead and finger tighten those 2 screws, the same ones that we just removed a moment ago. We're then going to go ahead and put in our adapter with the smaller bump facing up. So in my case, it's the quick set one, which is kind of D-shaped. So it's going to go ahead and face to the right with a little knob on the top. Then we're going to go ahead and tighten these screws down with a screwdriver. But make sure you only hand tighten them. You don't want to use a drill or you could hurt the plate or your door. Now we're going to go ahead and remove that and put that right into the August itself, again with the fat side down and the small bump facing up. We're then going to go open these 2 wings, which makes this super simple, and I love this. easy to install. You literally just put it over top, make sure that adapter slides in, and then you just push them down. That's it. That's all there is to it. There is no fancy faceplate. There is no screws. There's no twisting anything. It's just those two little hinges, and it's magnificent, and I love how easy this thing is to actually install on that faceplate. Now, that is one difference between this and the Lockitron itself. Lockitron goes over that deadbolt. This actually replaces the inside, which kind of makes it a lot easier. And it actually works a lot better because there's no wiggle room like there was in that deadbolt. Now it's very much more accurate. We're going to go ahead and do the app sign up here. So as you can see, putting some basic stuff in like your name, your email, your phone number. They're going to send you text security codes so you can get both of those and make sure you're not trying to cheat or, basically just two-step verification on both the text or on your phone and the email. We're then going to remove that backplate again, just like we did before. We're going to hold down the batteries and remove that little piece of plastic that's going to stop them from contacting. That's going to activate our August. Right now, they're saying you should get about a year out of those batteries, but I haven't had it long enough to actually test that. So maybe in a year, I'll post an updated review and see how it's actually still doing. That does seem to be a ton better than the Lockitron, with which their buggy software has been getting only a week or two out of their battery life. So hopefully they get that fixed and they can get it maybe closer to the August, which is still promising that 1 year. Now we're going to go ahead and actually set up our August. We're going to launch the app. It's going to tell us to make sure we're here, make sure we're close to the lock, make sure you remove the tape from the other side of the door. Then we're going to completely lock the lock, hit lock. We're calibrating here, hit the lock. You're going to completely unlock it. Make sure you can actually open the door and then hit unlock. Then it should be fully calibrated. And that's all there is to it. Basically, the only real issues I had with the August, aside from the tape, was the lack of Bluetooth connectivity sometimes, as well as no remote access. And that kind of brings me to my last main point, was until this auto locks and unlocks, and you can do it from remotely with that HomeKit integration they promised in the future, these are really kind of missing some of the big features for me. It's just too annoying to pull out my phone, wait for it to connect every single time I arrive and leave. My arms are full. I don't want to have to do that. I guess the only main perk it has right now is that you can give keys to other people. There is only one owner, but you can do reoccurring passes or temporary passes if you have a cleaning lady or a house guest or just need someone to watch your cat. You can check it out for $250 at the Apple Store or from August website. If you guys have any questions, throw them up in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.